Hey, what's up? What's up? It's your girl Neek, and you're tuned in to Neek at Night. And I did a previous video, but my freaking computer cut out, and I was not able to go over all of the things that I wanted to go over as it pertains to this story. Now, this is a story that is going viral all over the internet. It originated with a woman who was sharing her story with a no good guy who just was lying to her over and over about things, and how she had enough of it after they got married, got divorced, and she realized he was just telling a whole bunch of lies. Now, in the midst of her telling her story, he has come forward to tell his story, and his ex-wife that you see here on the screen all the way to the far end, she came out and told her story. Now, this is a 50-part series or 52-part series of 10-minute long videos. So it's 50 10-minute videos that you have to sit through and watch to kind of get the full story. Now, like I said on my last video, I checked out around video, I want to say 11, I think it was like 11. At that point, I kind of like checked out of the story, and I was just kind of like, okay, it's like silly decisions and red flags and things that is kind of like, all right, what are we doing here? But there was a lot of people who wanted to hear my opinion on it. They wanted me to break it down. People have been in my my inbox about it and things like that. And so I am going to talk about it. Now, there was also people in my last video who were mad because I was not as enthusiastic about this story as them. I'm sorry, I'm just not, okay? You want me to be as interested or as enthusiastic as you to sit through this? I mean, if that's what you want to do, that's cool. For me, I'm just not as enthusiastic about it. But per your request, I will talk about it, and I will give my honest opinion. If my honest opinion pisses you off, then it is what it is. Okay, y'all want me to be lying about how I feel about stuff because you feel differently, and that's just not what it's never going to give on Neek at Night, period. Somebody on my last comment talking about you don't like criticism. It's not that I don't like criticism. It's the fact that I've been this way for 7-8 years, and you don't understand that this is my personality by now. I really don't know what to tell you. That's just what it is. Okay, period. So let's go on over some of the goings-ons of this story. Now, I'm gonna read you guys a summary that somebody did on Facebook, and it kind of gives you the gist of what's going on here. Like, if you have not sat through and went through all 50 videos, this is gonna like give you a summary of what she discussed in her video and how things went about. But before I really read through the summary, I'm gonna just play first her video where she talks about the pathological lies that her man told her, and then we're gonna get into the overall summary of how all of the things happen, and then we're gonna get into what the ex-wife said and what the ex-husband said and all of those things like that. So let's go here to this video. Okay, and let's see what she says. And this is her video where she says things that her pathological lying ex-husband lied about. Let's watch this, and then I'll show you the other stuff.
Backstory. I'm gonna try to get as much of this as I can into this video, because I hate when people say follow for part 2, but I'm gonna try. All right, backstory number 1. We met in March of 2020. Georgia got shut down, locked down 2.5 weeks later. We got married January of 2021, and we were divorced August of 2021. So keep in mind that this story is spanning March of 2020 until about June of 2021, because I kicked him out the house on his birthday. So we met online, Facebook dating and Hinge. I will never do online dating again. But that is where I met him. My tire blew on 285 just before Boulder Crest.
All right. And so she says that, basically she met him online dating. And in online dating, this experience kind of turned her off of online dating. And I want to say that there is a lot of fabrication when it comes as far as online dating. And there is a lot of fabrication that people tell if you meet them in person. Like, just because you meet a person in person and say, like, you meet them at the grocery store, or if you meet them at a bank, or you meet them, it doesn't make them less of a liar. So just because you don't do online dating does not mean that the person that you're dating is any less of a liar or a POS, a piece of poo, okay? You can meet a piece of dog boo anywhere. But let's continue.
On my way to our first date. Clearly that was a sign. I didn't listen. But my tire blew, and he met me at a gas station. We were supposed to be meeting at Cheesecake Factory, but because the tire blew, he met me at a gas station, fixed my tire, then took me to go get another tire, paid for it. And I just thought, oh my God, this is the beginning of a beautiful romantic story. Boy, was I wrong. So, things he lied about. Every morning he would get on the phone with his brother. We'll call his brother John. He would get on the phone with John, and he would be like, hey, babe, John said good morning. And I'm in the bathroom doing my hair because I still had to go to work at this time. And so I would just say, hey, John, call out, hey, John. And, he would relay back and forth what I said to John, what John said to me. I never actually talked to John on the phone. And so he would be like, I can't wait for COVID to be over. Me and my girl, we're going to come see y'all. I can't wait for Auntie to meet her. Side note, his parents are deceased, excuse me. So he was like, I can't wait for you guys to meet her. Like, I know I'm gonna marry her. I know it. He said everything I wanted to hear. Love bombing 101. This man wrote the book. So he talked to his brother every day. He talked to his friends every day in front of me. He would be on the phone laughing, cutting up, cracking jokes, telling them, hey, she said, hey, just having conversation, like a normal conversation. I didn't think anything of it. It wasn't until he got kicked out of my house in June of 2021 that I found out every single phone call was made up. He was never on the phone.
Okay, and that right there is just weird. I really don't know. That part is kind of weird, but okay. Let me pause her and make sure that the sound and everything is coming through on you guys' end, because I don't really see the chat. Okay. So, all right, so y'all, okay, so y'all can hear anything. But yeah, that part of the whole, like, every conversation was made up is just weird to me, because when you're dating somebody, like, you talk to people that they are around. And the fact that you go a year of dating somebody and you never talk to any of the people that he's talking to me, that's weird. I don't know what type of interactions that people be having when they're dating people, but that is weird. Like, if you're dating somebody and you literally never hear, because even if you don't talk to somebody physically, like, if you're sitting, like, if I'm sitting next to my man or next to my cousin, next to my mom, next to anybody, like, I be at my mom's house a lot, and when my mom be on the phone, like, you could literally hear, like, even if the phone is to my mom's ear or anybody else, like, you could hear the person talking through the phone. Even if it's not loud enough for you to make out exactly what they're saying, you can kind of hear a voice on the other end. So for her to never hear a voice, like, on the other end, that's just weird to me. Some of the stuff in this story was just very weird to me, but a lot of the nation is captivated by it, and they are like, poor her, which, I mean, it is a sad situation to be taken advantage of and to be lied to, but some of the stuff is just plain weird. And Yeah, so let's continue on. And so in this video, this is her like summary of what she broke down in all of those videos. So she goes in detail in her 50 series, but this is kind of just like her summary of it all.
I don't know. Those of you who are watching, you're probably like, there's no way. Listen to what I'm saying. Everything I'm telling you can be verified. Every single phone call he ever had was made up. The phone calls where he called to pay his car off, made up. The phone call to the realtor when we were looking at houses, made up. The phone call to the bank for them to release the money for the house that he signed his name for, made up. Every phone call was made up. His brother, every day, he and his brother had not spoken since 2015 when his mother died. I found that out later on. He made up every phone call. He had no friends, but yet every phone call would be my friend this, my friend that. The second lie, his job. He told me when I first met him out the gate that he was a VP at his company. He had been transferred from California to Georgia, and he was in the process of, getting himself settled. He was looking to buy a house. His job was VP of a major condiment company. I won't say the name because I don't want to get sued. But he said that his job was VP at that company. It is fair to note he paid every bill. He paid all the bills. He gave me spending money. Like, even though we were quarantined, locked down in my little townhouse, again, this story was always he's trying to buy a house. So when we got together, it was we need to buy a house together. Like, this is forever. We're going to have a family. Let's go ahead and find a house. So the lie is that he was a VP at his company. And he maintained that lie every day. Truth is, he was a temp. He called me from work all the time. I may have to make a different video to explain how he was able to lie with the work stuff. So he would call me and he would pretend to reprimand employees who couldn't see that he had a Bluetooth thing in his ear. He would pretend to reprimand them in front of me. He would pretend to take phone calls from the company president who needed his help on something. He forged emails that he showed me from the company president asking him, we need to get this up and running. We need to do this project. We need to do that. It is scary how brilliant he was and how much energy he put into the lie. But he was a temp. He was a temp forklift driver. There's nothing wrong with a forklift driver. But he was pretending to be a VP. Third lie, housing. He told me he was looking to buy a house. We got together and we started looking at houses. I found a beautiful 5-bedroom, 6-bath house in Smyrna, Georgia that was gorgeous. It was brand new construction build. And I love the house. The house was listed for $699,000. He showed me paperwork from Chase Bank saying that he was approved for a mortgage for $750,000. Yeah. I watched as he put in an all-cash offer on this $699,000 house. I watched him sign his name to a legally binding document for an all-cash offer. The reason why the house fell through was because the builder did not want to finish the basement. We were requesting that the basement get finished. He did not want to, so he declined our offer and took the offer of another couple who didn't need the basement finished. That's the only reason why that house fell through. I see now where God's grace protected me because, well, it really protected him because legally I was not his wife, so I was not on the mortgage for that home. So, third lie had to do with housing. Fourth lie had to do with baby. So I got
All right, so I'm gonna stop her right there. In her series where she goes in more detail, because this was around the time where I kind of checked out of the story. When she started talking about the house. So when she did her in-depth breakdown and she went in detail about the whole house situation, she talked about how he was telling her that he wanted to buy them a house. So basically, she met him during COVID, like she said. And she said she met him in the beginning of March. And then 2 weeks later, they went on a date or something like that. And then like 2 weeks after that, they were like doing quarantine together in her home. And he was no longer in his home. She said something to the effect of, he told her he came from California. He had an ex-wife and 2 stepkids or whatever, but he wanted to get a house for them together to live in. So within a month of knowing each other, it sounds like they were already house shopping a month later, which to me is crazy, to meet a stranger in March, and then by April you're shopping for houses to go move in with them. She said it was in COVID, so they started to do something as far as putting the offer in May, she said they start putting the offer in April, but then they was supposed to close in June. But I was kind of checked out at the fact that she met a complete stranger in March, and then a month later, they were supposed to be moving into a house together. And she was saying how he paid all the bills, but that was only 1 month of bills that he would have paid at that point, to where she was just like, okay, you paid all these bills for this month in COVID, so then boom, let's move to a house together within a month. So that was like really crazy to me right there. Like you go from complete stranger, y'all matched on 2 dating apps. He got 2 different names on the dating apps. You know, she said that on Facebook his name was something, and then on Hinge his name was something else, and she didn't even realize that both of these different accounts was both him. Okay? So then she meets him, and then they're figuring out which house is better to quarantine in. Is it your house? Is it my house? Okay, my house is bigger. We gonna get locked down here. I don't want to get locked down alone. I want to, I want to have, play in this time of shutdown. But I'm also a church-going woman, so I feel like I'm sinning, but, I'm not really gonna tell nobody I'm sinning because, it feel a little comfortable to have a little wanky while you locking down during this quarantine, so I'm gonna let you come over here. So then he came to her spot. So within like 2 weeks, he bought my tire. He paid the bills. Then a month after that, within the month, she said she met him in March, and by April they was house shopping. So a month of knowing him, they're looking for homes to live together, all while quarantined. So they had to virtually look at places. So the part where I kind of started to check out was she was trying to figure out what was going on with the house, right? He was telling her that he was putting in offers into the house, but then the realtor was telling her that he didn't get no offer for the house. So he got to figure out what's going on. So then she said that she called him to find out if he put the offer in. So then she said he went off on her because the realtor's supposed to be calling him because it's in his name. And then when she found out more information, she realized that the house was under contract with an older couple. And so she realized that he lied at that point. And then she said she called him on the phone to see if he was going to lie. You said that's not what she said. What's not what she said? What I get wrong about what she said? Cause child, you know. Now you know. If I say something wrong, I will gladly correct myself. What part? He never blew up at her. She said that she called him and he got mad because the man called her and told her instead of him, and he was upset that the man didn't go straight through him. What you call that? What is that? Oh, so he didn't go off on her. He went off on the realtor. Okay. Okay. Anyways, he got mad and expressed his frustration that the guy didn't call him and call her, and was mad and was mad that he didn't call. Anyways, moving on. So like I said, so he was mad that they didn't go through him. Okay? And basically, she found out after they went to Home Depot or Lowe's, or I forget which. I think she said Home Depot. They went to Home Depot. They went to shop for appliances. Okay? And when they went to go shop, you said I got to put the pictures back up? Hold on. What picture y'all want up? Because I had the other pictures downloaded on my other computer, but I could go to his Facebook. This picture or the ones I had up in the last video? Which ones y'all want me to put up? Which this one? So anyways, so in the part that I seen, oh, you haven't seen his pictures? Okay, we could go through his Facebook, child, in a minute. I'm gonna go through his Facebook in a minute. We also got his TikTok that we gonna look at because he said she lying. So this is a more up-to-date look at him. Okay. So this is a more up-to-date look at him before I go any further. He says she cheated on him. Okay. So this is him current day. So this is back in the day, and this is current day.
Rumor, Risa, Tisa, ex-wife, who straight lying to y'all. It's sad because it's completely false. And we went to marriage counseling, didn't work, and we broke up. But my message to her is please stop lying to these people, and you can tell them the real reason I left you. You cheated. I caught you in the house with Bradley, and we went to marriage counseling, didn't work, and we broke up. More to the point, I haven't decided who I'm going to talk to exactly or go on whose page or whatever. But I'm going to go ahead and let y'all know that she lied about everything. Follow her, don't follow her. That's up to you. All that stuff she said, it's complete lies.
All right, so he's saying everything is a complete lie. This is the back in the day picture. And then we got more pictures from his Facebook and all of that. But anyways, so what was I saying? So she said that they was house shopping. He got mad. The realtor, he said he put in an offer. She contacted the realtor. The realtor did not get the offer. So then he got mad that the realtor contacted her and didn't contact him because his name on the paperwork. They then went and they were, I don't know if this was before the realtor call or after, but they went and they was shopping for appliances for all of the furnishes as far as refrigerators and stoves and all of those things because the house wasn't going to have any of those. They went down. They put a deposit down on the stuff so that it could stay at Home Depot until the house was ready, or Home Depot, Lowe's, wherever she said. And then they also was shopping for furniture and things like that. And then she said she was trying to figure out as far as when the house was going to officially close. And then she found out that the house was under contract, like they officially was under contract, and I think that's when they started to shop. And then she did her own investigation, and she called the realtor and found out what was going on with the house on her own. And then when she called the realtor, she found out that it was an old couple that had the house. Okay. So she found out that it was an old couple and that they did not get the house. So then she said that she wanted to call him and contact him to find out what was going on with the house. And she knew he lied about the house, but she was going to call him to see what happened with the house. So then when she called him to see what happened with the house, then he told her that, what happened? It was something stupid. He took the offer back. Something happened. He took the offer back. And then she was like, okay, well, you took the offer back. All right, well, let's start looking for another house. And so at that point of the story, I just kind of like checked out of the story because now you go from him supposedly putting in an offer. This house was a $400,000 house. You've been shopping for appliances for this house. Okay. And the house was $400,000. He lied whole time about the house. The house, old people done got the house. And then you say, okay, well, he said that he took the offer back, so let's look for more houses. Now you looking for more houses, and the houses that you looking for are now $700,000 and over $700,000 houses. And you know he lied about the $400,000 house. But then you said, well, even though that one was under contract, let me look for $700,000 houses with this man. And then she didn't say she got pregnant. So I was just like, let's play the summary of the pregnancy part, because I heard a little bit about the pregnancy. He left her at she had a miscarriage and stuff. But let's listen to her summary of that part, and then I will tell you about whatever else she to the point that I got to. Okay, so hold on, let me pull this up.
Got pregnant, lost the baby. I was sad at the time. I am not anymore. But lost the baby, had to have a D&C. When I was in the hospital, the doctor called him to let him know, she'll be discharged. Because again, this is COVID, so you could not go in the hospital at the time when I had the surgery. So the doctor called him and said, she's going to be released in an hour and a half. He pretended to be his own executive assistant. And so he said, Mr. James is in a board meeting, but I'm his executive assistant, David. How can I help you? You can let me know what's going on. Obviously, the doctor wouldn't do that. So she just said, please let him know that Miss So-and-so will be ready for.
And then how did he pretend to be his own executive assistant? Because in her part that I got, because I got to like 11. I think I got to like 8. No. I think it was like 11. In her, like where she was like specific about it, she said she talked to the executive assistant first, right? And then after she had talked to the executive assistant, then the doctor had talked to the executive assistant. I don't know, but she's saying he pretended to be the executive. So was it through text to her, but then a phone call to the doctor? I don't know. I didn't really get clarification on that part.
Pickup in an hour and a half. He told the doctor he's in a board meeting until about for about another 30 minutes, and then he'll be on his way. I should have only been in the hospital for an hour and a half. I was there for 3 hours. Because again, he was a temp forklift driver, so he couldn't get off work. But I didn't know that at the time. So those are just some of the things that my pathological lying ex-husband did. There's so much more. I have severe PTSD. And I know it's my fault. I know that I did not trust myself. I did not pay attention to the United Nations of red flags. I did not pray. And I am paying the consequences for that. So there's nothing anyone can say to me, girl, you was dumb. I was desperate. I wanted to be married. I wanted a family. And I thought it was my turn. And instead, I got pulled into something my brain could not even comprehend. And guess what, guys? What I just told you, it's only 5% of the story.
All right. So she went into detail, and again, she did like this very in-depth 52 video docu-series on TikTok, and she was basically explaining everything that happened. She said that she was in a hospital. He left her for 3 hours. And then that's the part that I got up into as far as that goes. She said that the nurses were very nice when she was in the hospital. She said that she, what happened? She was so like happy to go shopping again and get these houses. And that's what prompted her to overlook the other house, I think, was the fact that she was pregnant. But that really is not really a reason to overlook other, like those, like when you get pregnant by somebody, that's when you really got to make sure that A plus B equals C and so on and so forth. Let me see this summary if they wrote down anything that I missed. Because, again, I stopped at, I think, like 11. And that was at the point where she was explaining her miscarriage and things like that. So let me read through this guy's summary. And then we're going to go to his ex-wife that she is speaking out also. And so we're going to go from there. So he says, for those who don't have TikTok or don't want to watch all 50, here's the summary for Who the F Did I Marry? Yes, it's long, but it took 4 hours to watch. So she met him in March 2020, 2 weeks before the shutdown. They met online, talked a bit, decided to go out. She has a blowout on the way to the date. He met her, helped her with her tire, paid for everything. She still went to the date afterwards, talked, and they hit it off. They got along so well that by the time the shutdown came, they decided he would move into her 3-bedroom, 2-bath townhome because he had a studio. He paid for everything except her car note, insurance, and phone bill. She was happy because she never had a man like that. Fast forward, he told her he had 5 siblings, 2 half siblings that he was close with. He spoke to his oldest brother every day on the phone, every day for almost 1 year and a half. She never spoke on the phone with the brother, but she did speak to him, and he passed it along like, my brother said hi, and she'll reply, hi, brother, that sort of thing. He did have an ex-wife and no kids together, but he was close to her kids and kept a relationship with them. They were 20 and 17. They tried to buy a house together, but it fell through. He kept giving the runaround about actually purchasing it, but they did, however, shop for appliances. They put a hold on it to be kept at the store until time for delivery, once in the house and in the furniture. She ended up finding out it was a lie, that he never closed on the house and never did any paperwork with the realtor, just giving the realtor the runaround. Found out she was pregnant in April of 2020. So you see how fast all of this progressed? She met him in March 2020 and was pregnant in April of 2020 and already looking for houses and everything. Like, that is like very, very fast. Like, very, very fast. And I know that there are some people who met people and 3 weeks later they were married and, you know, still married today after years and years and years. And sometimes that works. And sometimes people have so much chemistry, they just hit it off and they run off in the sunset. But it's 2024, and I just think you just got to know people a little bit better than that. So they tried to find another house. This time she involved herself. They put in a cash offer for $699,000. He claimed that he had been approved for Chase Bank for $750,000. She actually saw the paperwork for this, and that he had a separate savings account and an offshore account. And then also too, she said that he played football. So the reason why she said that she believed him, and I don't know, I think this summary will probably get to that point, but it hasn't mentioned it yet. And she had, by the time she mentioned all of these things, she had already mentioned that. So let me just put that in there. So she had basically said that when they were talking, and she was like, oh, he got a lot of money. Like, she felt like she hit the jackpot. Let's just keep it 100, okay? She overlooked a lot of these flags because she thought that she hit a lick, okay? And he thought he hit a lick. Like, let's keep it a buck. Let's keep it all the way at 100, okay? She got this story about that he was playing, what did she say? Arena football or flower football. What kind of football? It was some type of football, balloon football, arena football, some type of football. I think it was arena football. And so he told her, I was playing arena football. And I won a championship. And we got money and all this stuff. And then so they was going to purchase the $400,000 house, and that took it off the market. But then he said, listen, I got a bank, okay? I've been playing arena football, and I got all this savings because I made smart investments and I got money and all of this stuff. And so she said, listen, baby, I done hit me a lick, baby, okay? She said she done hit the jackpot, baby. She said she hit the jackpot. She opened them legs so quick, okay? Not to mention opening up the legs so quick. But for her to go from meeting him in March to already pregnant in April, that mean that arena football was finna secure everything, okay? Because she done got pregnant. So that mean to tell me already in March, y'all was hitting the skins raw, okay? He went from stranger to raw to married to Cheesecake Factory. She went from the Cheesecake Factory date to pregnant to this or that. And so she said when she was telling her story, she was like, child, she said, you got that kind of money? She said her eyes got bigger than a her eyes got so damn big, baby. She done overlooked the fact that this nigga done just told a bold-faced lie about this house that these old people done got. All she heard was, you got $700,000 in the bank. Ooh, let me stop. Child. But they had a Netflix. What was that Netflix show that they had? It was a Netflix show, but it was with white people. And it was a white man. And he was called was it the Tinder Swindler? Was it the Tinder Swindler? I think that's the name of it. I think it was the Tinder Swindler. This sound like the Tinder Swindler, if I'm being honest. But the Tinder Swindler, he would come in, he would pay for stuff, and he would make them feel like, you know, he really got it going on, baby. Taking them on a fancy date or whatever. And then once he take them on a fancy date, then he got a bind. I'm in a bind, Nate. And he got them hoes for a lot of money, for $20,000, $50,000, $100,000. And he just was going and flying from here to Portugal to there to Greece to Rome to everywhere, just swindling everybody. Okay? So, women, watch. Now that you see this Atlanta debacle, okay? Watch the Tinder Swindler, okay? And just be cautious when you out here dating, especially if you are putting all your eggs in that basket, okay? I advise women to not depend on no man 100%. Like, we're in 2024, okay? Have your own thing going on, okay? I know that it sounds good. Oh, he taking care of me, girl. He got $700,000 now. He finna pay for this. If you ain't seen the bank account, if you ain't, and then what kind of car she said he was driving? A Ford pickup truck. What did she say? A Ford. What did she say? What kind of car did she say he had? She said she was driving. What kind of car? It was a Ford something. What kind of car she said it was? It was a Ford Taurus? A Ford Explorer. Ford Taurus? Anyway. It don't, like, you gotta fact check, like, Fusion Turbo? It was a Ford Taurus. I think she said she had the Ford Taurus. His was something else. Right. Tamika said, no, ma'am, if we didn't make that money together, it is not mine. He had a Taurus. She had a Nissan? Okay. But anyways, whenever she said it, it didn't match. It just didn't sound like it matched the lifestyle that he was portraying. So a lot of times when you're dating somebody, and not necessarily like that you have to have super materialistic things, because I don't have a foreign car myself. Like I don't have none of that type of stuff myself. Because I am very like frugal about certain things, and I'm very much, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Like I still have all of my, hold on, let me grab my phone. Like I literally keep all my phones till they break. Okay, I literally have all of my cell phone devices, and I'm like a very much, if it ain't broke, don't fix it type of gal. And I keep all of my materials. So I'm not saying like you got to be flashy if you make a certain type of money or whatever like that, but it's just certain things that don't match certain lifestyles. You know what I'm saying? Like most VPs that I know, or like regional managers or certain job titles, they'll have like company cars. You know what I mean? Like they'll have like company cars for certain positions. Like when I used to work at Radio Shack long way back when, all of the district managers had a certain type of company car that the company provided, and it was like a nice little decent car. I forget what kind of car it was, like what model it was, but it was like a nice little like a nice little car. But certain positions like that, like they have like company things. And so if somebody is telling you that they are in certain positions in their field or certain things in their job, and the lifestyle that they have kind of doesn't really match those things, you have to kind of weigh those out. Somebody said Radio Shack. Yeah, girl, Radio Shack. I used to work at Radio Shack, honey. For like 6 years, Bubba. You need a battery, you need a cell phone. Okay. What you need? You need a Bluetooth? What you need? What you need? I got what you need. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, I used to work there. But yeah, like they have certain kind of cars with those positions. But anyways, let me go back to the story. So how did I get here? Okay. So yeah, so all I'm saying is you like it just was very fast paced that all of this stuff happened, and it sounded like she was fascinated by the lick. Okay, it sounded like she felt like it was a lick, like she was fascinated by the lick that was about to happen if she was into this fairyland, and she just kind of ignored common sense of things, and it ended up with her and him not being together. So now let me finish reading this guy's summary, because he left off the football part at the point where she had already mentioned that, so I had to like input that myself. So anyway, so he said okay, so when it came time for the house, the sellers was willing to accept the cash, but only after he proved he could actually pay for it. It became a back and forth about showing proof, so the sellers pulled out, and so did the realtor. She was upset and confused because he said he had the money and bills were always paid, and they never lacked anything, so she didn't understand the issue. Around this time, she also found out that he was talking to women on Facebook Messenger. Okay, so I didn't get this far into it. Okay, so she found out he was talking to women on Messenger, so she started to question herself. Fast forward to July 2020, she had a miscarriage. He wasn't there to support her. Okay, so I got to the part where she said she had a miscarriage, but I don't remember her saying that he was talking to women on Facebook Messenger. Maybe I tuned out, I don't know. But anyways, he wasn't there to support her, and her friend from work was the one there for her. He claimed he had business meetings he couldn't miss. He said he was a VP of a condiment company. Fast forward, his grandma passed away and he was sad. Things started changing. By now, she was kind of over the relationship because nothing had changed. And every time they were to do something they never could or did because he always had an excuse. He took her to test drive cars because he was buying a company car. Okay, so see, I didn't even get to the part about a company car. But he told her he was buying a company car. Okay, so I got to come to y'all about that part because like I said, I stopped at the miscarriage. So he told her that he was going to buy a company car. Because that don't even make sense. Buy a company car? The company provides a car. I didn't get to that part. But anyways, let me finish reading. And y'all let me know in the comments because you said she never saw the car? They test drove cars every weekend. He said his company car gave him a $90K limit to get a car. Oh, okay. That's odd. Okay, yeah. Y'all fill me in. I didn't get to that part. I checked out. I checked out at that point. So let me finish reading. All right. So anybody who didn't watch the series, like I didn't complete the whole series, they got you in the comments, okay? All right, so hold on, wait, let me see. Where was I at? Okay, he took her to test drive cars because he was buying a company car and convinced her to get one. He said he'll pay for it and didn't. He convinced her to buy an Audi 8 and said it'll be delivered and had her take off work. It never came. And he had some excuse as to why, but he left for work every day, same time, came home, same time, 6 a.m. to about 3 or 4. He also ended up losing a couple more family members. By the end of the year, he proposed in December. They were married. Hold on. Okay. Wait. Oh, okay. So by the end of the year, he proposed in December. They were married the next month in January 2021. She found out he was cheating 3 days later with a lot lizard. Since November, she found out he was cheating on her with a lot lizard. What? What? See, I didn't get that far in it, child. Okay, so they went to counseling. Oh, wow. Okay, so that's crazy. All right, so let me finish reading. All right. So he done hooked up with a lot lizard. All right, so he had been messing with this lot lizard since November, and he proposed to her in December, and they got married in January, and she found out that he was cheating after they got married. Okay. So they went on marriage counseling. The pastor told her flat out, had you come to me before marrying him, I would have told you don't do it because something ain't right. So the ex-stepkids, he was close to the girl, got COVID and passed. And the mom, the ex-wife, wanted to know if they could help with $2,000. And she, the wife, agreed because she don't play about people passing. She ended up buying herself a Nissan Altima, but the note was more than expected. He was helping her pay it, so she told him she was getting another job, and he laughed at her. She got another job, but the background check wanted her husband info as well. Huh? They do that? I'm a single like not married woman. So do they do that when y'all be looking for jobs? They ask for your spouse info too. Y'all let me know some. They do? Oh, okay. When it's government or police jobs, yeah, depends on the level of the job. Oh, okay. So she works for law enforcement, so they had to for her. Oh, okay, okay. Oh, okay, okay. She worked in the police department. Oh, okay, okay, okay. Shout out to the chat. All right, so let's continue. I know they did all that. All right, so anyways, so she said da 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 da. Okay, so the daughter of the stepdaughter died. They needed $2,000. She don't play about it. She got a Nissan. The note was a little high. She got another job. All right, so the background check wanted her husband's info as well. She noticed his social was different than what he put on the marriage license. She searched the social and all HE double hockey sticks broke loose. This happened 3 weeks after they married in January. She discovered that he never resided in California. He told her he went to college, played football, and that he graduated and met his ex-wife and moved back to where they reside now, trying to get his life together because she was cheating on him, but he remained close with the kids. He has an address in Rhode Island, Philly, and Georgia. Found out he had been married before the previous ex-wife. It ended. The first one, getting an order of protection because she beat him up, finding out he lied to her about everything, and both times they filed for divorce and neither marriage lasted past 6 months. She found an address and number on the most recent ex and called her, and she told her he lies about everything and to get her ish and run as fast as she can. She said he only had maybe one family member that talked to him because he lies so much. And before getting off the phone, she asked about the girl, her daughter that passed from COVID. She said her daughter was fine and they had no communication with him at all. She was flabbergasted. She also found an obituary online that said his grandma passed in 2008 and not in 2020. During this time, his knee was giving him some trouble, so he couldn't really move around like he was before until he ended up bedridden. By this time, it was May 2021. She also discovered another obituary that said he only had 2 brothers. She ended up calling the college he said he attended. They had no record of him. She was done. She ended up comforting him on his birthday, or what did they probably meant confronting him on his birthday, and asked him, did he go to college? He said he did. He rolled his eyes, tried to get upset, but she told him she knew he was lying about everything. She knew about college. She knew about everything and told him to get out of her house before she was going to delete him. What is that K word? Delete? She was going to delete him? He ended up calling he ended up calling an aunt, and she told him, I'll give you money to go home to Philly, just leave her house. So he left. He was so lazy that he laid in the room using the Powerade bottles to use the restroom. She said she was disgusted but didn't care. She wanted him gone, changed her locks and alarm. And one of his cousins found her number and called her to ask what happened between them because he claimed he caught her cheating with the police officer, and the police threatened to delete him if he didn't leave. But the cousin said he lied so much they didn't believe him. They hadn't talked to him in over 7 to 8 years, some even longer, because he burned his bridges with everyone. Found out he only had 2 brothers, and the oldest he claimed. But okay, so I'm tired of reading it already. It's just a whole bunch of BS that happened. So the wife ended up coming forward. The ex-wife ended up coming forward And she spoke out about her relationship with him as well. And even before this series basically had came about, he had been like trying to give dating advice on TikTok. So like if you type in his name, Legion or whatever, you'll see a bunch of videos of him. And I'll just show y'all this video of him. Hold on 1 second. Let me pull it over.
Today we're gonna.
So this is him. Hold on, let me move myself off of the screen, and then we'll look at the wife.
Talk about first. Shouldn't do in a relationship, or should do. Don't be afraid to text your partner in the morning. Tell them good morning. Tell them you love them, even though you just told them that when you left the house. Don't be afraid to tell them so. Text them and say good morning. What's up? You know what I'm saying? How's your day going? Especially if you don't live with the person or something like that. That kind of brightens up their day. You know what I'm saying? Just to hear from you. That's tip 1 from your boy. Stay tuned for tip 2, tip 3. We're going to do these all day. Today we're going to.
Okay, and so it's a few, like, if you type in that he was...
around suspicious like some.
Oop, no, y'all got music playing. It's a few different videos of him.
I'm gonna address the rumor Risa Tisa ex-wife who.
You know, hold on. And then there's videos saying that he's gonna go to Netflix or something.
Do you stand for what you believe in, and you know realize that everybody ain't for you. I usually don't come on Instagram and drop messages like. Never ever let people destroy you. Never ever, let people just destroy the progress that you make. There's always gonna be people who ain't happy with you, happy what you do, and happy with what it is you stand for. Just remember, do you stand for what you believe in, and realize that everybody ain't for you. I usually don't come on Instagram and drop messages like.
All right, so people done found his Instagram and stuff. So here is the wife, the ex-wife. This is what she had to say.
So I'm going to address the elephant in the room because it's been brought to my attention that my ex-husband is out here in these streets disturbing individuals as he always has, and I have been brought into this. Let me first say, this chapter of my life is closed. I have moved on. It's been more than 10 years. I'm over it. I'm done. I'm good. Okay? But after I say this, let's just leave it alone. I don't want to talk about this anymore. I'm not going to address it anymore because I have nothing to do with this. This is my past life. The book is closed, okay? So Legion, as y'all call him, is a despicable, nasty, and vile individual. I fell for the trap over 10 years ago. Yes, he was charming, and I was broken mentally. Okay? Understand, self-love was not here at all for me to actually love myself enough to understand that this is not love. He manipulated me. He loved bombed me. All of the, I'm going to do this or I'm going to do that and everything else. Yes, all of these things were said to me. Guess what? None of it happened. He's manipulative and he literally tried to ruin my life. He had family turn against me because he wanted to tell people lies about me and things of that nature. And unfortunately, he's very, very good at what he does. It took me many, many, many years to get past that. I have healed. And with this situation being brought back to me, it's like cutting me back open with a dagger because I was already healed up. The Band-Aid had been left. I've gotten married. I'm happy. Been good. right? But this man is a pathological liar. He gave up all types of promises, but to the cars and houses, just like Risa. But guess what? None of that ever came to pass, right? So I just need for people to know that this situation was traumatic as hell for me. And then I hear about, because I've not watched any of the videos, because for what? Like, it's not my business anymore. I feel bad for anybody that he comes into contact with, and I will tell any female that sees his picture, don't ever, just let it go. Because he needs some serious mental help, and he needs to be evaluated and be locked away.
All right, I'm gonna pause her for a second and check in on y'all. I don't know what this new I'm streaming from a different computer, so it's not even showing me the chat. I don't know how to get the chat on here because I'm trying to see what y'all talking about. Y'all said the X is giving what? What is y'all saying about the X? Y'all said it's giving what, Alice? You said it's giving what, girl? Patrick said it's tax time Romeos. Ciao. Quincy said, I don't like how she said this the last time I'm going to talk about it. Did anyone ask her? ? Well, this ain't the last time that she talked about it because she started to basically promote a show. She did some type of show that she was having on Facebook. And she was basically trying to get people to watch her show. So this definitely wasn't the last time she talked about it. But somebody said how she get dragged into it. You said her son came out, so that's why she came out. Where the son? Send me the what had happened was blog. Send me the son. Send me what the son said. I haven't seen what the son said. Send me that, and then I'm gonna check my DM. Send to me ASAP, and we're gonna hear what she had to say, and we're gonna listen to what the son had to say. And then he on TikTok. All right, send it to me, y'all. All right, let's finish listening.
So that's what I will say. And as far as like me not filing for divorce, I didn't file for divorce because I was afraid for my life. I didn't want to be served. In order for me to file, I would have to tell him where exactly I was. And I didn't want him to know that. So no, I absolutely was not filing because I was afraid at the time. But guess what? It was ended before it even really started but at the same token, I still was very, very, very not mentally, in love with myself. So that's one of the things that really got me. So I genuinely feel empathy for the women that have been down his path. When all this stuff was going on with him and I, there was no social media, TikTok or anything like that. But at the same token, I just wanted to heal through my processes. I didn't want to sit there and have to tell the whole world my business because I'm a very private person.
She a little exhausting, ain't it?
And I don't do trauma. I will also say this. I did not hit Legion at all. I did not hit this man. He went to jail because he was impersonating a police officer, telling people that he was a detective of the police department in Atlanta, Georgia. And that is why he went to jail. Also for stalking one of the guards that were over where we lived at. That is why he went to jail. So he didn't go to jail because of we never went to court about me putting my hands on him. My son did, yes, interact with him. And my son, yes, he did put his hands on him because he threatened me for the last time. And enough was enough. As you go through life, you can either sit down and continue to take it, or you can get up and triumph and do what you need to do so that you can make your life better. And at that point, enough was enough for me. I was done. I was no longer going to be the victim because I'm not a victim. I'm not a doormat. You can't step on me. You can't do whatever you want to do to me and me take it. So I left. I will also say, I need people to understand this is my life we're talking about, right? So this situation is triggering, but
also, too, one thing that I will note is a lot of people found out her records because he had a video where he was talking about getting his divorce, and because I guess he's done TikToks or Instagrams also. And so when people was finding his information, he had one video, it was one video where he showed like that he was happy about that he was going through the process of getting a divorce, and he showed the paperwork. And when he showed the paperwork, it said her name on it. So people screen grab, and her name and everything was out there. So that's another reason why she's probably coming forward as well, or felt impelled to come forward, because TikTok, Instagram, they find your stuff.
But it's triggering me because it needs to be said. But it's one of those things where I was okay with not saying it. I was good. After this conversation, after I'm done saying my piece, if anybody wants to actually, know how I healed from all of this, you're more than welcome to go, click into my link on my Ms. Missouri page on Facebook. And you're more than welcome to listen to my show tonight, because my Health, My Mind and Body radio show is literally about healing. And my show tonight is about elevating your mental. And I've been elevating my mental for years. And I'm so fucking proud of myself. You know why? Because I've done a lot of work.
All right. So anyways, so she ended up going and doing her show. And then she comes back and says that when she did her show, he showed up to her show, or showed up to I don't know if it was the comments or in the show or something like that. And then, so that was pretty much her response to it. What had happened was, did you send it? Oh, okay. You said you sent it. All right, I'm gonna check it. You said her name is Miss Zuri. Oh, I'll show it to y'all in a second. Anyways, hold on one second. So this is what she said after. Hold on. And this is her name is up there at the top, Miss Missouri. You can see it up at the top. The very, very top of the screen is her name with her little icon picture.
Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you. First, I want to say thank you for you guys tuning in, who did tune into my show last night and were able to hear what was going on. Speaking of my show, so last night, I had my show at 9:00, and there was a lot of people on, and I appreciate you guys that did come on. I wasn't able to go live while being on my show, but I'll get into that in a moment. I want to speak about Jerome because he came on my show, and the one thing I never thought that he would, why are you bothering me? Leave me alone, because I have nothing to say to you. You're not going to tell your lying ass side of your story, because we all know that it's lies. You're not going to tell your lying side on my platform. You will never get that chance. And if he's watching this, which I'm sure he is, because he's a person that is despicable in all accounts, that needs to be locked under the jail, because he's around here doing all of this damage, or trying to do this damage to these women. He's a disgusting person. But as I stated, I wasn't able to go live with my show because of technology and how everything was set up. So I do apologize about that. I was able to go live, though, on someone else's show, and I did. So if anybody wants to, find that, you're more than welcome to go ahead and find that show. I poured my heart out. You guys will hear everything about that. I just want this situation, as far as I am concerned, to be died down, because I don't want to put any more energy into the negativity of the situation. I want everybody to heal from this. I want everybody to be okay.
All right. So it's 2 more minutes left to that. If y'all want to see what else she got to say, That's her thing right there. All right, so let me go and see what had happened was sent me. Let's go to my Instagram and let's see what updates that she sent the kid real quick. Oh dang, I'm not logged into my Instagram on here. Hold on one second. Let me go here. I think the second girl, people were saying she was fake, right? I think I seen the second girl that you sent. I think people were saying that she was fake. It was a girl saying that she was in a relationship with him. But I could have sworn people were saying that was fake. I don't know. I could be wrong, but let me send myself this real quick. We'll watch what the son had to say. The other woman, I'm not really gonna play that one because I think people said that she was cloud chasing. All right, let me pull up if they were actually money hungry, they would have smelled his broke a mile away. She's a walking contradiction. All right, so let me go there. Hold on, let me pull up my email real quick. I'm not logged into all my stuff on this computer. Gmail, fool. What the heck?
Yep, you seen what my sister said? My sister.
All right, hold on. Let me click on this one.
Making it seem because we didn't like him. We didn't like him.
All right, hold on. All right, y'all still here? Y'all funny. All right, hold on. Let me play what he's saying.
Sister just commented. Rome. Yep, you seen what my sister said? My sister just commented. Rome abused me. You seen what my sister just said? Miss Cream just commented and said Rome abused me. Like, bro, I don't have, dog, I ain't got nothing to cap about, bro. I ain't got nothing to cap about.
Did the lady say that this was her son? Has it been verified? Because people be attaching themselves to stories. But allegedly this is the stepchild. I really don't know. I didn't hear the woman say that this was her. Stepkids in the blog that had all the details, I didn't see this on there, so I don't know. But
and I don't know, that's for my sister to tell y'all. If she want to tell y'all, I'm not gonna put her business out there like that.
Now he ain't gonna put her business out there while putting her business out there.
I ain't gonna put her business out there like that. Mother only, she just tolerated him. Like, have you seen her video? She said she was broken at the time. You know what I'm saying? My mother was going through stuff. She didn't love herself, and he took advantage of that. He was just starting her like, you know what I'm saying, putting his hand in the face and like acting like he gonna do something to her. You know what I'm saying? Starting like, I'll do this, I'll do that. I don't give a fuck about this. I don't care about that. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, those were the 2 clips that she was able to find of that. Let's see if there's anything else that we need to go over. Okay. So this is for Show the Sun. All right, I'll take your word for it. You be doing your little investigation. You do your little 1 2 1 2. I'll take your word for it. Let me see. Was there anything else that we was gonna go over? Let's see. I think that's pretty much it. Yeah, what's he giving to y'all? Oh, I didn't show y'all his stuff. All right. So this website right here, they basically pulled all of the information. This website is called Distractify. This is the website that I talked about in my other video, but I'm gonna private the other video so that people could just see us go into detail here, because the other one. Anyways, all right. So this website right here is it says the Who the F Did I Marry TikTok drama continues. Viral husband's ex-wife tells of his criminal past. It says Jerome McCoy's first ex-wife, Latoya Everett, said he tried to ruin my life before marrying Risa Tisa. And so they had her picture along with his. And it says, in February 2024, a woman on TikTok named Risa Tisa captivated millions of virtual bystanders with her video saga, Who the F Did I Marry? Through over 50 10-minute videos on her account, Risa described how she discovered her ex-husband, whom she referred to as Legion, was a pathological liar. According to Risa, Legion lied about how much money he had in the bank, his career, and even how many times he was married. Within days, a TikTok sleuth named Danny19 revealed on her account that Legion's real name is Jerome. Additionally, one of Jerome's ex-wives, Latoya Everett, whom Risa mentioned in her TikToks, told her side of the story, and along with Jerome's ex-stepson. Okay. It says, who is Jerome's ex-wife? As Risa explained on TikTok, she had met Jerome March 2020, and in January 2021, the pair were married, and Risa said things between them worsened quickly during their 6-month union. Risa allegedly discovered several unsettling details about her ex-husband, including how he lied about his grandma dying, and all kind of other stuff, lied about the first wife's daughter dying, and all kind of other stuff. It says after being fed up, she basically looked into his background, They pulled up his Facebook. So this is his Facebook right here. They were able to pull it up. If you go to this website, you'll be able to click on it and it'll go straight to his Facebook. It talks about Latoya, the woman who we just watched. It says court records show Jerome filed for divorce on December 8th, 2017. He and Latoya finalized the divorce February 28th, 2018, and have seemingly had no contact with each other ever since. As Risa said about the divorce that she knew about, records indicated Jerome requested a paper affidavit for the divorce due to lack of funds. And it says, amid the unwanted attention she received from Risa, Who the F Did I Get Married story, Latoya felt compelled to speak out about her past life once and for all. In her 7-minute 32-second TikTok, she confirmed she and Jerome were married and hadn't been in contact in nearly a decade. She also agreed with Risa allegations that Jerome is manipulative and said the ex tried to ruin her life. He had a family turned her against her. We already seen that. So they put in a link of her TikTok that we watched, and then it said that she added how she was healed. Right here, it says she also said that while Jerome did file for divorce, the only reason he did was that she feared for her life and didn't want Jerome to know where she lived. And so they also added in this video right here. Hold on, let me see. What is this?
Y'all, wake the fuck up and get on Facebook. We thought the shit was over because she made all 50 videos. It's continuing on Facebook. Look, I'm going to put the picture in.
All right, so this right here says Jerome, just give it up. I love you lifetimes, but you know you're a pathological liar. I helped you and you did absolutely nothing with the help. I treated you like a brother/family, and your ex-wife Latoya was living proof. Just live with the truth. Is free. It costs nothing when it happened in 2020. I wouldn't let you stay another round because of all the lies. Now it's time to come clean. You definitely told me mounds of lies. I am the truth. And then somebody says, oh snap, are you the other sister he lied about? Let me find out. And then another person says, that's what I'm thinking. This must be Shantae. And then she says, yes, I'm the so-called other sister. Hopefully y'all could see this. Hold on, let me move it over just a little bit. Okay, there we go. It says, yes, I'm the so-called other sister. Ish sad. I didn't know him from a can of paint, and I helped him, met him through some friends. He was in a bind, nowhere to live. I let him sleep on my couch till he got himself together in 2013 when he was married to Latoya. This is so sad, but yet grimy. Okay. So, oh wait, hold on. Let me go back here. So then it says, let me move this back over. So then it says Jerome was arrested for impersonating a police officer in 2015. Risa alluded to Jerome's checkered past in her TikTok series. However, she didn't delve into several of his arrests, including one in October 2015 when he was arrested in Clayton County for impersonating a police officer. Jerome's case states the bail was set for $8,000 and was later given a warrantless charge. 6 months after his arrest for impersonating an Atlanta police officer, Jerome was arrested again for criminal trespassing around the same time. He had Latoya's son, Tashawn Lopez, arrested following a dispute. And then, they did have the son.
All his people from Augusta. I couldn't really tell you too much of his childhood life, but like I said in the other video, he wasn't as popular as his twin. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think he got the attention that he needed when he was a child. So I feel like a lot of that shit that he's doing now has a lot to do with that. You know what I mean? Like the dude I always had to, get in the middle of him and my mom. He was always trying to, use he's a big dude. Like, this is a big dude. He gotta be like 6'3", 6'2", 6'3", and he's, he got some weight on him. This is not a small man, you know what I'm saying? So it'd be uncomfortable as fuck, dog. It'd be uncomfortable, when it got like that. But, he didn't do no drugs and all other shit like that, but he was a dickhead, dog. And just how he talked and how he did everything, he was just a dickhead. And after a while, it got to the point where my mother was just like, well, we gon', because the motherfucker was a provider, so he made sure my mother was straight. So at that point, a lot of the shit she let go one ear and out the other. And, while she was trying to make her moves and get herself situated so she could do what she needed to do type shit. So we really laughed at that nigga a lot of the time, to be honest with you. We didn't take him serious because we knew everything. By the time we knew about him lying and shit like that, it's like, you get what I'm saying? Like, he wasn't no motherfucking like,
okay,
oh my God.
Cursing a lot. You're cursing a lot here, sir. Anyways, Jerome's stepson said Risa is 100% telling the truth in her Who the F Did I Marry TikTok. In addition to Jerome's ex-wife Latoya speaking out about their experience with him, her son Tashawn shared his side of the story via TikTok. Tashawn said in his initial video that, as his mother stated, Jerome was arrested for impersonating a police officer. He also said Jerome had him arrested for putting his hands on him after Jerome allegedly threatened Latoya in front of him. Tashawn he shared that Jerome called Clayton County's police on him, leading to his arrest. It says It states that Jerome was arrested on 4 counts, and it says battery, family violence, battery, simple battery, blah, 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 blah. In August, Tashawn pleaded not guilty. Hold on.
Yeah, from what I know, all his people from Augusta. I couldn't really tell you too much of his childhood life, but like
Oh wait, I think that's the same video. Okay, so it says he goes on live TikTok several times to discuss his issues with Jerome in more detail. Jerome, for his part, has only denied Reese's claim public. Amid the chaos, he released a video accusing Risa of lying and said, "The real reason I left you was because Risa allegedly cheated on him," which she denied in her post. It's safe to say this is a cautionary tale and will certainly continue online. And so that's their article. So if you want to go there, it's distractify.com. So if you type in this right here, this distractify.com, you should be able to pull up this article right here. And it has all of the links to all of their social medias, all of their TikToks, or it has a link to their TikTok, his Facebook, and all of those things like that. So there's that. So anyways, at the end of the day, my opinion about it is pay attention to the red flags. I mean, the best of us have been lied to. I have even dated men who lie. And, you know, you catch them on their lie and you dip. But the thing is, before you make any major life-changing decisions, make sure that A plus B equals C, 1 plus 2 is 3. Those things like that. Make sure it makes sense. Don't just go off of what somebody tells you. Make sure that their actions matches their words, because a lot of times people will tell you something and it'll sound good, but does that really match what they're showing or presenting? If what they say don't match what they do and vice versa, then you need to look at things with a side eye. Now, I can understand how with both women this was a little bit confusing to them, or why they overlooked the obvious. Was both women said that he paid all the bills. You know, his son said that his mother, his ex-wife, overlooked a lot of things because he paid all the bills. And Risa Tisa also said that she overlooked everything because he was paying her bills as well. So that just tells you, and that's the thing with a lot of these celebrities too. A lot of these celebrities, and this is, their situation is not a celebrity situation. It's blowing up and it's viral and it's getting attention. But when it comes to like a lot of these celebrities and the women that they have, a lot of women overlook the BS because they get a little bill paid or a little purse or a little this or a little that. And they overlook all of the pertinent things about their character. Even if you look at Ari and Moneybagg Yo, they make their relationship look glitz and glam. Oh, they got a new car every year. They buying property on birthdays and, you know, all of those things. But then it comes out that Moneybagg Yo cheating on her left and right. But to social media, they put on this facade that they're happy, they're loving, is, you know, it's glitz and glam, but she getting cheated on like everybody else. But people overlook it and they stay together with these men because they get a couple of little trinkets. Okay? So that's just what it sounds like. They able to get some trinkets, you know, and so they willing to open up their cooter box and let them hit raw to get a baby out the deal and try to seal the trinkets in with a baby. Okay? So that's just what it's giving right there. Be very, very cautious because these nakers be lying. Okay? And like I said, the best of us have been lied to. Okay? But like Joyce in the comments say, she say, show me the money. Okay? And that's what you need to make sure that you see the money. And you need to always keep in mind what's his is his. What's yours is yours. And what y'all build together is what y'all build together. And that's how it needs to go like that. Okay? If you are making a life-changing decision as far as, oh, well, we're going to move in together. And I've known this man for literally a month. And from meeting him in March to now April, I done let him hit raw. I done became pregnant. And now we're looking at houses. At that time, before you decide, okay, I'm finna give up my apartment. I'm finna give up my comfort zone. I'm finna move in. Not finna, about to. Okay, let me talk proper. I am about to give up. And even if it did, like, say he did have the money to pay for this house, right? If you make that big leap and you leaving your livelihood, your comfort zone to depend on him, because mind you, she said, oh, we looking at houses that she knows she can't afford. Okay? So within a year of them getting together, he was already, what she say, peeing in Powerade bottles or whatever the summary said. He was laying in the room peeing in bottles or whatever. You got to make sure that if he fall on hard times, you able to pick up the slack. If she fall on hard times, you able to pick up the slack. If you enter into a situation where you are getting a property, a house, or some type of thing that only one person can afford, you need to weigh out those options. A background check needs to be had at that point in time before you give up your livelihood and depend solely on another individual, because you give up your apartment because you don't want to live in Riverdale. She said, I did not want to live in Riverdale. I refuse to live in Riverdale. So if you don't want to live in Riverdale and you got to live in Clayton or wherever they was trying to move to, you want to get up out the hood and go to the east side in a deluxe apartment, okay? Make sure that you have yourself a backup plan, and make sure that you have not given up everything just to depend on somebody else, okay? Because baby, you got to make sure you straight. I seen Street TV was in the comments. It kind of rolled by, but shout out to Street TV. But yeah, you got to make sure everything is straight, because these nakers be lying. Okay? They be lying. And a lot of times the lies reveal themselves very, very early. But a lot of times people dismiss them out of, like she said, desperation or settling or desperately want a kid or desperately wanting a certain lifestyle or outlook. A lot of people are getting with these red flags just to have that piece of paper to say, I's married now. Okay? And they be miserable as all get out just to be able to say, I'm married. Just to be able to say, I got a man. Even if it's a piece of a man, he ain't worth a dang old dog on nothing. People be proud to just have something. And I'm going to be the first to tell you, if it ain't right, it ain't right. I don't give a damn. I don't give a. Okay. I don't care. As soon as I start seeing stuff ain't adding up, as soon as I start seeing it ain't making sense, you got to go. Okay? Don't never be that desperate to have a piece of a man if it ain't right. If it ain't right, send that nigga back in. Okay? Because let me tell you, when I find out something ain't right, the nigga gonna be packing. You better catch what I put down, okay? Period. Okay. So I'm gonna leave that like that. You said I got the best gaydar. I mean, I done been got before. I mean, my gaydar has sharpened. Okay? My gaydar has sharpened, but I done been got before. Okay? Period. I done been got. But yeah. So, yeah, that's just that on that. Just, you know. Put yourself first, women, ladies, and men, you know, put yourself first. My motto is, what value are you adding to my life? And I guess for her, he was adding the value of, he was paying her bills. And so for her, that was worth it, you know? Is the value that they add to your life worth all of the other variables that don't make sense or don't add up, you know? Some people, getting their rent paid is enough. Some people, shoot, all I gotta do is, what she said, she had to pay for her car note and her phone bill and her insurance. Shoot, a lot of women, that's good for them. You go pay my rent, my lights, gas, water, trash, and all I gotta do is pay for my phone bill, my car. A lot of women will overlook a lot of red flags because they got they little, you know, they little extra. But I'll catch y'all on the next one. I'm gonna do Nature Boy starting tomorrow. I gotta wake up early because I don't want to miss the opening statements. So I believe court starts at 9 a.m. and I am in California, and it's in DeKalb, Atlanta. It's in Atlanta. It's in Georgia. So I have to wake up early. I'm not going to sleep right now because I'm not sleepy, but I need to like prepare myself for that. I need to be up early for that. And I'm going to be covering the case, and I'm going to see the case through. I know I did a poll, and there was some people who said, you said, I know one of Nature Boy's victims. Do I want to interview her? Who? Who's this victim? Let me know. Am I familiar with Tay Tay? Tay Tay who? I have a friend named Tay Tay. I don't know who Tay Tay you talking about. But yeah, so I'm gonna be covering that. I'm gonna have to wake up very early to do that. And in between, because like whenever they have these court cases, they'll have like breaks in between. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna wake up early. I'm gonna start the coverage. We'll go live. When they break for lunch or when they do like their breaks in between, then I will cover other stuff. So I've been missing a lot of topics because my uncle passed away, I told y'all, and it has been a whole lot of with that, a whole lot of BS, okay, with trying to get all of those things situated. He still isn't, we still haven't had the funeral yet. It's been some challenges with making the arrangements and all of those things like that. So I've been helping my mom with making the arrangements, helping his daughter, which is my cousin, help make the arrangements. So that's been very like a lot of drama with all of those things. So I have not really had my full attention to a lot of things. I told my moderators that I was going to do something for y'all on Valentine's Day. I did not forget about y'all. I do have in mind to do something special for you guys. I'm sorry that I was supposed to do something for y'all on Valentine's Day. My uncle passed away before that. He didn't really have insurance like that. He just barely got a policy. And because he barely got the policy, they don't pay out correctly. Like they give you like pennies for whatever you gave them. And I think it was like a very low amount. So therefore, my whole entire family, we had to come together. We had to pay for it. So a lot of my funds have gone to that. I have been paying a nice little coin for that. So I have not forgot about y'all. I am going to do something special for my moderators. Don't think that I forgot. I am a woman of my word. When I say I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it. But this was an unforeseen occurrence that happened. It totally it threw me off my whole little plan. Like I was like coming up to like Valentine's. I'm like, okay, I need to figure out what special thing. Do I want to do gift baskets? Do I want to do gift cards? Like, do I want to just Cash App? But then I'm like, these moderators been rocking with me for years, so I want to make it like personal and special. And then my uncle passed, so then I'm just like, oh my God, I kind of want to keep my word, but then I don't want to just throw something together. I don't want it to like be BS. And then, so I have not forgot about y'all. I just wanted to say that, okay? And so, yeah. And if I'm a little snappy, child, y'all just gotta give me grace, okay? Because it be a lot of stuff that we be dealing with off camera that y'all have no idea about, okay? And on top of that, this was like my literal favorite. Like, I had like 2 favorite uncles. And, well, I love all my uncles, but these were like my like favorite. And so it was 2 uncles. This was one of them. My other uncle, who was like my other like favorite. Like I was both of their babies, like I was their babies. And so now he's like my other uncle. That was my favorite that has passed. My other uncle, he passed a while back. And so it's just been a lot. So on that note, I will catch y'all later. And y'all let me know what is given with this whole story. And I'll see y'all in the morning. Yes.